And welcome everybody to a new movie review. As you can see, I've upgraded the light situation. I've got a mic here so you guys can have better audio from me. So we're doing better things here on this YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss any of my movie reviews, which I know doesn't happen nearly as much as it used to, but always trying to change that, you know? Always and forever trying to change that. So today, we're going to be talking about Mortal Kombat. My experience with Mortal Kombat, the video game, right? Because this, the movie is, I believe it is based on the video game. I'm not sure if the video game had a actual like storyline to it, because everybody knows, like, for me, I remember the Mortal Kombat like being an arcade game, right? You go and like he's in there clicking the buttons, trying to defeat the other person. Like, I don't quite like, you couldn't, if before this movie, I could not tell you what the premise of Mortal Kombat was. I just knew that, I literally just knew that it was an arcade game where you can go and fight each other, finish him, and then like crazy kills all the time in those video games. That's as much as I know about the video game. So I went to go see this movie in theaters. Again, it's going to be my PSA to you to go to the movie theaters. I know that there's a lot more people. It's just that it's more convenient to watch it on HBO Max, and totally fine. Totally fine. I get it. You know, movies are super expensive, especially when you not only take into account of the tickets, but also, you know, concessions. But I totally, you know, I get it. HBO Max, it just makes it so much easier to watch it. Although I do suspect that there's some weird sound mixing happening when it's on HBO Max, because for whatever reason, the action sequences I've been told on other movies have been really loud, and then you can't hear the dialogue in other scenes. So with HBO Max, you're always going to be risking bad sound mixing. I think those are the words I'm supposed to be using. And if it's not, please tell me in the comments if I'm not using the correct film, what's terminology? Film terminology. Those are the words we're looking for today. But anyways, I like going to the movies. It's kind of like my go-to date night. It's just super easy. You know, it's something you guys, it's like an experience you can share together and whatnot. So like, it's just our go-to date night. So like, he was really excited about seeing Mortal Kombat. I was like, all right, I know absolutely nothing about Mortal Kombat except for the fighting bit. General plot, as you know, I try to give you reviews without the spoilers. So overview, you meet a young man named Cole Young. He looks to be like an MMA fighter trying to, you know, that's how he's trying to make money. And then he finds that he is being hunted down by a superhuman named Sub-Zero. Again, of course, learns to find out that there's a tournament every year called Mortal Kombat, and the Earth realm is on the brink of, what's the word I want to use? It's not annihilation, of being overtaken by the outer world realm, I believe was what outworld realm. You feel free to correct me. I'm trying to understand it as well as everybody else. And of course, you know, he meets a nice ragtag group of people who also have the same insignia he's got on his chest, or they have it on other places of their bodies. And so he's searching to figure out what it all means, right? And then there's Mortal Kombat. That's the plot without giving like any sort of details for you. Let's get into it though. The acting was okay. It wasn't great. I don't think you're going to be getting any sort of feels or anything like that. You know, I didn't really necessarily feel like a connection between like the family that's in there, because Cole Young has a wife and daughter. I don't think I necessarily felt the chemistry between them, that like, oh yeah, they were family. I'm like, okay. But, you know, that's not why you're watching Mortal Kombat. Am I right? You're going to Mortal Kombat to watch the fighting. And of course, I can't deny that the fighting was really good. If you don't know anything about Mortal Kombat, the game is very violent. The game is very violent. The kills are very violent in the game. And that's actually what I think they did pretty good for this movie, is the fact that they made the kills like extremely gruesome and like graphic. But that's how the game was, right? Like, it's in the trailer. I know for a fact this is in the trailer. You see, like, a man gets, like, both arms just ripped off. Like, are you kidding me right now? My gosh. Yeah, there's, like, some crazy kills where I'm like, ugh, that was ridiculous. So I felt like that was a good homage to the video game, right? Because, like, you're making a movie based on a video game. You kind of want it to have video game vibes without video game vibes. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not. You want it to you want to remember that it's a movie based on a video game, but you don't want to feel like you're watching someone play a video game. I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to say. I don't know if that makes any sense. But, you know, so there was like a few things that I was like, okay, all right, we get it. This is about the game. One of them was the kills, right? The kills were gruesome and gory and probably every man's wet dream. I mean, they were cool to watch. You know, I can't say anything about the gore and you know, the graphic violence or anything like that, because I watch horror movies. Which are just as graphic and gory sometimes. So, can't really necessarily say I don't necessarily have anything about that, except for, like I said, it just kind of goes back to the video game and the fact that all those kills are just really gruesome and whatnot. But the second thing I think I do like about it, but it was borderline cheesy, borderline like, that's cool. They did include some of the famous one-liners from the video game. Like, after one kill, one of the Mortal Kombat fighters literally says, "Flawless victory." And you're like, it just took me out of what was happening. You're in the middle of a fight, and you just decided to stop and say, "Flawless victory." And then, of course, I think we've all seen, it's in the trailer, you do see Sub-Zero fighting someone, I'm not gonna say who it is, and you just hear, "Get over here!" Rips them over. There's just like random like one-liners from the video games that are in this movie that you're like, okay, I like that. It's a little ridiculous, it's a little cheesy, but I do like it. Mortal Kombat definitely falls into that, there's like this like trope in action films now where there's at least one like really douchey white dude who, like, he is the comic relief, but at the same time he is the most infuriating person. And that's the guy who was playing Kano. I have it right here. I want to make sure I reference him. I think I would say that Josh Lawson played Kano, and he kind of like basically Kano is basically like this like black market like a black market kind of dealer, like he's kind of been doing shady dealings and whatnot. Sorry, I'm all over the place. So he kind of just has that, like, I don't give a shit type attitude. Like, I don't care about your cause or anything. I'm here to do what's best for me. That's all I'm gonna say. And so, but because of that, I feel like I just, like, it ends up being a trope in some, like, action movies, right? Where it's, like, you always have that, like, almost, like, on the verge of being, like, he's, like, a dirty white man who is supposed to be the comic relief, but he's just a douche, and he's selfish, right? He makes, all of his decisions are based on what works best for him. And, I mean, yeah, I think part of some of his lines were pretty funny and stuff like that, but I don't know. I just, like, that was just something I noticed. Other than that, I think Mortal Kombat was a really good movie. It's definitely a blockbuster. And for me, the blockbusters, like, sometimes blockbusters don't necessarily focus on the acting, but they're focused on the action, they're focused on the effects, and in the camera direction, right? Cinematography. They're focused so much on that, where it's like, the acting's kind of like, we're just gonna breeze through it. You know, there was like I think they were going for like a heart-wrenching moment, but when one of the fighters dies, and there's like it impacts another fighter, like, emotionally. And, like, I think that they were trying to go for, like, a really heartfelt, like, a really, like, heartbroken type scene. And I just, again, it just felt flat for me. Because, again, I think Mortal Kombat's all about the action. You're not really going to watch it for the drama. You're not going to watch it for the acting ability. You're watching it for the stunts and the action. That's what you're here to do. And I think Mortal Kombat pretty much delivers that. It gives you the action, it gives you the music, it gives you the one-liners, and not only the action, but you got your gruesome kills. Finish him! Bop, bop! It's a good time. And that's really what sometimes we want in the movies, right? We just want a good time. We want to escape the life that we currently have, and just, yeah. Sure, take me to a world where there's, like, a tournament between realms where they just massively murder each other every year. I did see that they did say that if this movie did well, that the guy who played Sub-Zero, Joe Taslim, basically is signed for like 4 more movies. So it sounds like if Mortal Kombat does well, it's gonna be here for a while. We're gonna be seeing sequels for it. And again, I don't expect the sequels to be any better, but I expect them to give us what we always want, which is the knockouts, the kills, and the unique ways you can just annihilate somebody. That's pretty much Mortal Kombat for you. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. No, it wasn't super flashy or whatnot, but I'm here just to give you a quick overview. Should you go see it? Should you not go see it? If you're the type of person who only likes to watch like Oscar-worthy films, it's not going to be Mortal Kombat. Just move on. You shouldn't even be listening to this. Did you actually think Mortal Kombat would have any sort of chance at the Oscars? No. No. How dare you? You're going to watch Mortal Kombat to have a good time. So why don't you, if you don't feel like going to the theaters, again, I'm not going to give you any crap for that. Just crack open a beer, sit down, maybe crack open a few beers. It's going to make it entertaining. And just sit down and watch Mortal Kombat on HBO Max. But I do urge you, if you do have a chance, go to the theaters. We all know the theaters are dying since 2020. Obviously, it's always better to go with somebody. I get that. But, you know, if you can, support the theaters. I highly recommend that you go and support them. Even, I mean, for me particularly, I always want to, you know, shout out the mom and pa. You know, we have a small mom and pa drive-in. You know, go there. Go to the Sacramento drive-in if you live in Sacramento. They need our business. But anywhere else, yeah, look up like your local theaters, whether it's a Regal or United Artists or Century or AMC or whatever other ones there are that I can't think of right now. Even if it's not that, you should just go and just support them. That's been my PSA, because I'm here talking about movies because I love movies, and I don't necessarily want to see the industry, you know, die down like that. So anyways, just go and see Mortal Kombat if you're in for a good action-packed type movie. I'm hoping to get back online a few more times. I meant more frequently. Again, here in California, the movie theaters have finally opened up, and so I'm gonna see more movies. If you're curious about other ones, I do have a podcast called Pure Chatter podcast with my best friend Samantha, and we normally just like chit chat. We'll do like little history facts, or sometimes we'll play games. But recently, we have been doing movie reviews. So if you're curious about what I thought about The Unholy, which is a movie with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I suggest that you go to Spotify, look up Pure Chatter Podcast, listen to that review. We've done a few movie reviews on there. I think, not The Wire. That's not the one. What's the one I'm thinking of? With Anthony Mackie. It's on Netflix. You should go. It's not The Wire. It's something like that. You know? When you know, you know. I'm just kidding. I thought maybe I'd look it up real quick, but then my computer is just so freaking slow. I'm gonna look it up for you because I want. Outside the Wire. I knew Wire was in it. Outside the Wire. I did a movie review just for that. We've done Unholy. We're also, later this week, we're going to be doing a review of In the Earth, which again is another horror movie. So yeah, I recommend you go and check out our podcast. It's Pure Chatter Podcast. You can find it on Spotify, Anchor, and pretty much anywhere you get podcasts. Remember to subscribe to this channel and click that bell, because I'm hoping to do a little bit more of these. As summer comes and more movies come out, yeah, I just be hoping to do more of this. So, until next time, friends, go and watch the movies.